Due to the overwhelming success of our first show and the request by popular demand of at least 4 people since we've doubled our audience, here it is again, just for you. These ain't tools. And I'm Memphis, as you can tell from my high quality name tag.
Thought you were supposed to get a new name tag every show.
Well, I was told there were budget cuts. Howdy, my name's Memphis, and this is These Ain't Tools. Now before
your name tag is spelled wrong.
My name tag is not spelled wrong.
Well then, where's the H?
The H is silent. I'm sorry about that. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most widely used tools worldwide in every household and sometimes in ditches. I'm of course talking about this right here, which most of you think is a screwdriver, but in fact is known as a twisty stick. Because let's face it, there's no way that this thing can drive. It's a stick. You need hands and fingers in order to drive any kind of vehicle, So, all right, before we start on this side, we got to start with the basics. Now, this here is known as a Phillips twisty stick because that's what it's called. This here is the red-handled variety, which is also matched by the black and red. Now, both are identical other than the fact that this one is bisexual. Then we go down in size to the, if you can see there, can you zoom in? You can't? Okay. Well, this one here has a smaller tip. Stop laughing. So, the smaller tip is just, it's not about the tip, okay? It's smaller. It's for, when you got to twist smaller things, okay? Then we have right here a micro tip, which is what's common to most Americans, if you get my drift. Then we have... It's not funny, Jerry! So, I don't want to touch that. We'll come back to that one. Then we have this. This one is missing a head. I guess this is just a poker. Okay, then we have this monstrosity here, which has a Phillips twisty stick head, but then it's also used as a pipe. I'd never used this as a pipe though, seeing as how it's got a hole in the bottom and the top. All your good stuff's just going to fall right through. Okay, then we have this. Very funny, Jerry. This is not a twisty stick. This is a Sharpie. We'll get to this next week. Now we come to the most common variety of twisty stick, which is the squished twisty stick. These used to be Phillips head twisty sticks, but somebody very heavy sat on them and squished them uniformly into that shape. So obviously a normal fat person couldn't do this. So you need a special variety, a tight ass. A tight ass can squeeze it just right. Yeah, okay. This here is actually on the larger side. This is a large variety. Not quite the jumbo, but this is large. Then we go down to a regular. Now, I've got a couple of regulars here. These are all regulars, even though this one's a scrawny regular, if you could see. But they're all the same length, which is what makes them regular. Now, this one here is slightly naked because you can see through it. that's for them risque types, you know. Whereas this one you can see through, but it's got a little opaqueness, so you can't see through all the way. That's only partially naked. Then we got here where this one is covered up on top, but not on the bottom. You can see through there. This one's bottomless. There's a lot of, we're not going to go into that. Okay. Then we have another regular here, which is in a little worse shape, but we can see it's wearing a tube top. So then we get into the micro flattened Twisty Sticks. This one is cherry flavored. I believe this one's lemon. Some kind of tragic accident befell this thing because it's all wound up with electrical tape. So I'd recommend avoiding these if you can. Then we come to the granddaddy of... I think this one's happy to see me. I'm gonna have to explore this one privately. Then we have this thing here, which pretend you didn't see that. Okay, back to the one that was booby-trapped. This one here is a transgendered Twisty Stick. It has the ability to go from flat to Phillips, not only on this side, but also on this side. And then if you're good, you know, you don't have any trouble getting it back in the hole. Some people can't find the hole, and I hope that you are not one of them. I have never had that problem. Yep, not me. Twisty sticks of different varieties are commonly found in linear formations, although there is always the oddball that does not want to get in line. Sometimes you will find solo twisty sticks trying to camouflage itself amongst other tools so as not to be captured. Pegboard twisty sticks like to hang out in pairs. I guess that's how they date. I don't know. A pair of tubes there too. Lastly, those twisty sticks which like to hang out on French cleats will also associate with other tools quite readily. They are very friendly in this manner. Under no circumstances will you ever find a twisty stick hiding in a toolbox. That is just bad etiquette. So just to recap, right here we've got the normal sized flattened twisty sticks, the larger size, the granddaddy, which has erections apparently. I'm going to have to figure that one out. This one I found out is actually called a headless. It's a headless twisty stick, which to me is kind of useless, but for, you know, different folks and all that business. Cherry flavored, lemon flavored, disgusting. Don't, I really shouldn't even be touching that without gloves. Then we got the Phillips twisty stick and its twin, you know. Oh God, what is that stuff on it? Why is it all hairy? Oh. Then we have the smaller pointier tip and the micro tip. Okay, notice that this one has a nice little comfort grip on. I've always kind of found that nice. Then we've got the twisty stick pipe, which I don't recommend. The transgendered twisty stick. And this thing here, which we're still not going to talk about. Yeah. This has been These Ain't Tools. I'd like to thank y'all for sticking with me. And just remember, if you have any questions, don't bother asking because they're probably stupid.